Here comes everyone. Sit back and relax. Enjoy yourselves this morning. There's no reason to... Where's my volume? There it is. There's no reason to fret, because it's a show, and we're going to start said show, in
3, 2, 1.
More people buy Coca-Cola than any other trademark soft drink in the world.
What do you mean?
I don't sell so many soft drinks anymore.
What do you mean, secondary sales?
Yes, but your competitor has made me a pretty good offer.
I know, but I don't want another cooler in my store. I don't sell enough from the one I have now.
Shirts, socks, pants, dynamo.
The Morning Stream. Mock death at your own peril.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back into the morning stream for Wednesday, February 9th, 2022. Scott Johnson here, Brian Ibbett there. Good morning.
Correct. Hello.
Hey.
How do I know that I'm here and you're there? How do I know that I'm not there and you're here?
How do we know if anything is here or there? We really don't. This all is a simulation run by Big Pharma.
Is that it?
I don't know. I don't know who's running it now. Who's running the show? Who knows? But welcome back. We're glad to have you all here. It's Wednesday, right? Yeah, it's Wednesday.
It is Wednesday. It is, yeah. A lot of stuff. That's why Wednesday is the whoo doggy day.
Make sure you go out and
Lots
hump.
of crap.
Go hump something, right? That's what we do on Hump Day.
Yeah.
We hump things.
Hump Day, yeah.
Okay. I know what I'm going to hump later.
At least that's what that camel on the Geico ads told us, that it's hump day.
Oh, yeah. He did. He sure did. Did you see commercials are already starting to have pre-commercials for the Super Bowl?
Oh, sure.
I don't know if I like that trend. It kind of bugs me, but whatever. Commercials.
Start with movies, right? We had the teaser before the trailer, and the teaser says, the trailer coming March 15th. Make sure you tune in for the trailer of the movie.
Kind of annoys me, but I saw the Schwarzenegger one where he's dressed as Zeus, and was a BMW ad or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Haven't seen that one.
Shows up at a Beamer dealership and makes a face, and I don't know what happens. I can't tell, but it looks dumb. I'm kind of dreading it. Like, sometimes I like those commercials, and then sometimes, really, you're going to put Arnold in a freaking Zeus costume, and I'm supposed to think it's just naturally funny by itself? It's like not enough.
The only one I've seen is the Jennifer Coolidge one.
Oh, what'd she do?
She's in an airport, and she takes a drink off a counter, or she did something to get a drink, and I can't even remember what the hell.
Great.
I saw it, and I said, oh, there's Jennifer Coolidge in a very different, well, no, I take that back. In the very same Jennifer Coolidge role she usually does, which is her, oh, yes, it's give me a drink, please.
Yeah.
That sort of thing that she does.
Yeah.
That's why, so this isn't a recommendal, but I told you about this Udo Kier movie that I saw the other day, where Udo Kier is like this flamboyant hairdresser.
Yeah.
You get a Jennifer Coolidge in there that I've never seen.
Oh,
like,
weird.
it is, and it's I assume closer to the way that she normally talks. She's like, yeah, well, this person doesn't deserve the hairdressing treatment you're going to give her. And blah, blah, blah.
It's like her masseuse character on Seinfeld, kind of just normal.
Oh, yeah. Maybe, yeah, right. I forgot about the masseuse. Holy cow.
Yeah.
But yeah, probably closer to that.
Because she doesn't do any of that, like, I'm keeping the dog, dumbass. She doesn't do any of that.
Right.
I mean, I love her. Don't get me wrong. Her thing she does is great, and
Yes,
I love it and everything.
She's great at it, and it should, it's like the Emo Phillips character or the Super Dave character or whatever, right? She's, that's what her thing is.
Yeah, I love it. I think it's good, but that's interesting to see her break character.
Then you see her out of that, and it's you see her out of that role. It's like, oh wow, okay, hey Jennifer Coolidge, that's crazy. You do normal stuff too.
It reminds me of who was that? Oh, anytime Gilbert Gottfried goes out of character, it really throws me.
Oh yeah.
It's like you forget that that's just at all, like he even exists in that realm. It's not even possible until he does it, and you're like, oh right.
Bobcat Goldthwait, that was another one. Yeah, TVZ gone. Like seeing Bobcat Goldthwait just speaking normally was just such a weird thing.
Yeah, that was weird. What was that awesome movie? You recommended it, then I went and saw it and loved it. And it had her in it, and she was married to, he was also a famous guy. Shoot. I don't remember who it was, but anyway, the girl was like having he was all revenge. And she's getting revenge on all these dudes.
Oh! Yes, it's the Perfect Young Woman, or
that movie
something
was
like that. A something young woman.
Perfect Young Woman, or something. That was such an amazing movie. Gosh dang it! I love that movie. Loved it.
That
anyway,
was really, really good.
But she was doing her
did it have a
usual,
dark-
her usual Stifler's mom voice in that, which was weird.
Oh right, I forgot. Yeah, she was in that.
Yeah.
Promising Young Woman. Thank you, Brainbow Bright. Yeah,
Promising.
Promising Young Woman.
I don't remember the dad. The dad was also famous. I want to say it was like Coach or somebody like that. I don't remember who.
Right, because the only time you ever saw them was sitting at the table, right? Like when she would come and sit with them.
Wait, was it
talk
Clancy Brown or something?
It was Clancy Brown. I
Was
think
it?
that's right.
Okay,
Yeah,
it was starting to come back to me now. I love that movie. Gosh dang it, that was good.
It was really,
that
really
one
good.
shocked me how good it was. All right, hey, here's a thing I wanted to mention today because this really threw me, and so I got to share it.
Well, let's catch you then. If you're going to get thrown,
All right.
let's plan on catching.
All
you.
right, everybody, get ready with your nets, your pads, whatever you got to help me land softly here.
Okay.
And I'm saying this with all honesty. I really, truly did not know that the Olympics had started or even was a thing. I really didn't, and it was what it probably started a week ago. Now, normally
started Wednesday or last our time Friday morning. Friday morning was the opening ceremonies, and then they rebroadcast them Friday night. So not even a week yet, like 5 days.
Okay, so 5 days ago it started. Now, normally, I check my Twitter feeds. I pop into Facebook just to kind of see what's going on. I pay attention to things. I don't have TV, so, I don't have NBC.
I don't have TV.
Exactly. I don't like TV, so that's not going. So maybe that's the problem. But I didn't see a single thing. Not a meme, not a photo, not a piece of news until last night. I'm laying there in bed at like 10 o'clock next to Kim. She's reading or watching something, and I'm reading my news feed, and I see a thing that says Shaun White to do his last thing on the snowboard deal. And I went, wait a minute. And I looked at her and I said, the Olympics are going? And even she says, yeah, for like 5 days.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
I'm surprised. So I'm not surprised that you weren't aware of all right, the opening ceremonies and this has started. But the news about the U.S. and a lot of countries boycotting by not sending anybody but the players to China because of the human rights violations and stuff that they've been doing. Yeah. I'm surprised you haven't heard about that, because I figured, all right, well, he may not know about this game started and this game and da-da-da-da. But the news about the China thing, the China boycott.
I did hear, so prior to all of this, the only thing I'd heard is that NBC had asked Leslie Jones not to tweet during the Olympics.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because she is her commentary, I guess, is so uber popular on Twitter, and everyone loves it. And I don't know if they felt like it was competing with the coverage or something, or I don't know, something like that. It was some weird thing where
that's a weird thing. Yeah,
it was very weird, very strange.
Please don't tweet during the Olympics.
Yeah,
people pay more attention to your tweets than the Olympics.
Plus, I don't know why they think they have any control over what she tweets. That's freaking lame. Like, you're on SNL, but it doesn't mean they can tell you when you can. I don't know. That's lame. But anyway, maybe that was it. She'll spoil replays. Maybe that's it. And she has a huge following.
Yeah. You're right, because she is watching stuff. Right, she's watching stuff when it airs, as opposed to when it happens, as opposed to when NBC finally gets around to airing.
So here's my theory. I have a theory on this.
TV's Egon and is all caps wrong.
Oh, is that not what happened? I don't know. Robot issues, he says. I don't know what that means.
Yeah. Robots.
The robots.
Robots.
Well, anyway, so here's the deal. I think I have a theory on what happened to me.
Okay. All right. Okay. Why you missed the start of the Olympics?
Yes. Toward the end of last year and all of this year so far, I have tried really hard to curate my daily media intake.
Sure.
And only have it be things that I want to deal with, or otherwise just like trimmed things down. So I've muted a bunch of words on Twitter. I've muted stuff in Facebook. I don't really use Facebook that often because Facebook's a cesspool. I stopped. I unfollowed people on Facebook, even old friends and family who are idiots now. And I can't stand what they say. So I'm not hearing what they say anymore. I'm not subjecting myself to that on Twitter. I no longer follow anybody who does anything remotely connected to politics or anything. It's just not there anymore. So I think maybe what I've done, it's all artists, creators, writers, painters, people making stuff, YouTubers who I think are interesting. Like gamers, game designers, developers. I've surrounded my media intake with the stuff I like instead of things I hate and can't do anything about. And that's the main reason, because I can't do shit about it. And so I think what happened is I just didn't get exposed to people talking about news things. It just didn't happen. Do you still get your news from a source though? I mean, I know, muting politics and stuff like that, commendable, and damn it, I need to do the same thing. But I had to. It's for my own sanity. I was going crazy. I know for a while you were doing the BBC news. Online you would check that, or what do you? So I listen to in the morning. I listen to not All Things Considered. What's NPR's morning show? Whatever it's called. Yeah, because it's the most dry, bare bones. Like right, almost opinion free. Like it's 100% opinion free. It's just like good morning. Yeah. It's today is Thursday. In the news today, Vladimir Putin seems to be pushing further into the Ukraine. Like it's just the most bland ass thing. Now I haven't heard that in a few days, so I probably missed a lot of Olympic talk. Oh, Morning Edition. That's it. Morning Edition. So just boring. Like I've listened to Morning Edition feels like my whole life, but. Yeah. But now it's kind of like, okay, I've caught up on what's going on. But honestly, even that I don't really need. What do I need? I need what's on the ground. I can't do anything for any of these bigger issues. I just can't do anything. If I've learned anything. You need to be aware of them. I mean, being aware of what Russia is doing to Ukraine. Yeah, it's good to be aware. Absolutely. It's good to be aware. You can't do anything about it. But I'm not going to rush online and suddenly become a podium. You can't live in a hole all your life, Scott. Yeah, I just can't. What I'm saying is I don't want to interact on things I have zero control over. Like if somebody brings up and says, I don't know, what do you think of the U.S. boycotting the China, hypocritical this and that? Yeah. I don't want to talk about it. There's nothing I can do about it. So I'm not going to talk. You go do your thing. If I've learned anything in the last 5 years, these culture wars get you nowhere. So I'm not doing it anymore. I'm out. I think that's good. And that's anybody out there who's feeling stressed and feeling just overwhelmed, that's a great thing to do, right? Like go and just trim your social media down to just like the things you care about, the things you're interested in. Mm-hmm. Get your news somewhere else besides social media is a great mantra, a great thing to live by. Sure, so unless it's a place you trust and like, and that's fine. Like people should do whatever they want to do, but chat room said, or who is it? Oh, the Wraith says head in the sand mode. No, it's not head in the sand mode. Not really, no, it's me standing. I'm still on the sand. I'm looking at everything and I'm going, all right, well, there's stuff going on. What I'm not doing is when another bird walks over to me and goes, hey, did you hear about the thing with the Trump and the deal and the whatnot? I don't want to talk to you about that. You go away. I don't have anything to say. Whatever I say, there's no action on it. What am I going to do? Go, I profoundly disagree with that point. Well, something's got to be done. What? I don't know. I'm going to have lunch. You know what I mean? I'm almost 100% there with you, Scott. So two things. The Olympics is a bigger deal here. I think I'm hearing about it more here in Colorado because as of Monday, maybe even as of Tuesday, the only people who have won medals, U.S. medals at the Olympics, the Winter Olympics this year, are people from Colorado. Because it's all like skiing and that's not. Well, see, that's good though. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the Olympics. I don't mind the Olympics. I'm fine with it. I don't think there's a great way to watch it these days. I mean, get Peacock and pay for it. There is. Peacock. The Peacock app is the best way to watch it. Like you can actually just click on. Like, I want to see 10 minutes of curling. Click on curling, watch 10 minutes. Done. I watched people play the weirdest damn Olympic sport ever created. And now I'm satisfied. Yeah. I get that. And but you have to pay. I got to pay for that shit though, right? I got to pay for it. Oh, I don't know. I'm already paying for Peacock. I don't pay for Peacock. So I don't have free cock. There's no free cock. Is that not on the free cock? No, free cock. You got to pay $6 a month, or else free cock gives you nothing but commercials. Okay, bummer. Clips. So anyway, so we're already paying for that because there's Tina's shows, like her
oh, what the hell's she watching? I think the Bravo stuff now comes through Peacock, but she's also watching A Million Little Pieces and This Is Us and
yeah. I'll probably fire it up for when I get caught up with. Wait, or is that Paramount? Who has Yellowstone? Is that Peacock?
Oh, Yellowstone is Peacock. Yeah, I think Yellowstone is.
Yeah, I think that's an NBC joint. So yeah, I need to. At some point, I'm going to catch up on that. So I'll probably do a month or something. But
there you go.
Anyway, the point is, I have nothing.
Paramount. So there you go. You get Paramount.
Yeah,
which is
and
good because
yeah.
then you can do your Discovery. Your,
all your Star Trek
Prodigy,
all day long.
all your Star Treks.
Yeah, that thing is Star Trek all day. That's all.
The other thing I was going to say about that, I'm almost there. Like almost have everything like pruned to the point where, if somebody says this word, like I still have my Wordle updates. Fine for people. I don't care. I've stopped doing mine.
It's fine. I don't care. Wordle's great. There's nothing. It's a positive thing. I have no problem with Wordle scores.
But still, it's like I don't want to get inundated with a ton of Wordle things, just as I don't want to inundate people with a ton of Wordle things. But my mom is into it. My dad is into it. Opposite sides of the country, so it's like I'm sharing my Wordles with the two of them over text.
Yeah.
But I can't quit Richard Marx. I never thought I'd be able to say that I can't quit Richard Marx ever in this lifetime, especially holding on to the nights in the 90s when that mullet was everywhere. But his Twitter feed, as angry as it is, as as political as it gets, that's the one.
That's the one you're hanging on to.
Have to stay to.
I gotcha. I had to unfollow all that stuff, and here's the main issue. It's like, the Olympics are a side note. Me not hearing about it, I think, is just because I'm just tuning out from so many sources. Yeah. But also, it's not. I mean, if I was really into the Olympics, I would know. I'd be into it and I would be ready, and we'd be off to the races. So I'm not. I'm clearly not that into it. But then somebody yesterday told me Salt Lake got them again in 2030. Is that true? Can someone confirm this? That they're coming here again?
In what year? What year?
2030.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I hadn't heard about that.
That was some thing I heard last night. Is that true? Because if that's true, we had a great time with that. That was fun in 2002. That was a fun time. Although, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. I'm sure there's a little sarcasm there.
Yeah. It was. No, for real. I loved it.
Oh, really? Was it fun?
Yeah, I loved it.
Cool.
It was great. We had, it was awesome too because.
Traffic issues and crowds and stuff.
Yeah.
Do you even want that? No, I mean, that's 8 years away. Which variation of COVID do you think we'll be on in 8 years? We'll be done with Greek letters. Are we moving on to?
We'll do it like hurricanes.
I don't know, Brady Bunch characters, or
I think it'll be like hurricanes.
Of the royal family.
It'll be COVID Larry and COVID Henry.
COVID Archie.
Yeah, that'd be fine. Let's do that. But anyway, I'm not going to complain about the Olympics when they come here, because here's why. It's really a nice little boon for the economy. We do quite well with it. We did before anyway. Yeah. Mitt Romney was in charge and got work done when he was here. But anyway, it meant a big infrastructure increase for all our like cool places in Park City, and Snowbird and all these places got awesome upgrades. So I'm just saying it's not a bad thing to have happen when it's local, but when it's in China, I guess I'm just out of touch. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. It's weird.
No. It's fine, and again, these are a little bit lower key Olympics. Even their opening ceremonies were, only 3,000 performers instead of the 20,000 performers they had when it was in 2008 in Beijing.
So, sure. Here's the other thing. I didn't know this, but I guess all of the snow is artificial in these Olympics. There's no actual snow being used. Oh, wow. Yeah, it says 100% of the snow that athletes in the 2022 Beijing Winter Olympics are competing in is artificial, pumped out by high-powered snow machines, not produced by Mother Nature. And they go on to say this may determine other places getting the Olympics that don't normally get snow, or places that are suffering from climate change-based less snow. This would be a way to get the snow for whatever. But that's kind of interesting. There's no actual snow there. Well, it's snow, but it's all man-made.
Yeah.
And some of the places are I don't know, even when they're up high, it's still like 52 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's just not cold enough to have your own damn snow.
And it probably ices. Like it probably melts and then freezes and ices. And people are saying it's faster, like it's dangerous dangerous because it's faster than regular snow.
Oh, is that true? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So how do you?
Which is great if you're on a luge.
But does that? Okay, so you have records and things you got to keep track of. Does this affect that? Do you account for that?
Although probably also causes problems for skiers, snowboarders, the snow-based sports.
Sure. No, I assume so.
Oh, that's true. Luge is ice. Yeah. So I mean, ice skating and luge and curling, all that stuff is going to be fine. But yeah, the skiers probably will have a lot more. Even Michaela, local Colorado, Michaela
Vanderbeek.
What is her name?
I don't know.
Michaela Schiff. Why am I blanking?
I don't know.
Her name is all over the damn news. Michaela Schifrin. Michaela Schifrin.
Schifrin?
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Schifrin.
Why not?
She went out of bounds twice, which she's never done before, and actually had a breakdown on the snow on the course the other day. It's like, oh man, it's
breakdown. Oh, like a mental breakdown. I thought you meant like
like basically
call AAA.
just curled up on the side of the course, head in her hands, and just stopped.
Wow. Well, that'll do that to you.
Michaela shit critiqued her.
But if she rips down that hill and breaks a record, okay.
Yeah. Right.
Do they
say, oh well, it doesn't count because it's fast. It's fast snow. It's man-made snow.
Or do they take time off? Do they say, oh, trim 3 seconds off her run?
I don't think there's any way they could do that. That's a good point because the records stand across all Winter Olympics, even though for this Olympics everybody's playing on the same high-speed surface.
That's true.
Yeah.
So I don't know how they do that, but see, once again, not a lot of knowledge about how the Olympics work. I guess it's just how I am.
Fire up your $6 a month and watch a little on the Peacock. Watch a little curling on the Peacock. Scott.
I don't know if curling's worth the money. Curling's boring. It's like watching somebody do chores. Hey, I'm sweeping. I'm sweeping. We're pushing a rock and sweeping. I do like the hockey. I get into that. That's always fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. All right. Enough about the Olympics and my inability to hear about them. Let's get Dunaway in here.
Yeah.
He probably heard about the Olympics, I'm guessing.
He's probably heard of them. Yeah. He's probably aware of them.
Yeah, he's familiar with how they work and what they do and
he
why.
He has the Blu-ray box set of last Olympics, the Summer Olympics.
He found him at Walmart in a bin, and it's good to go. So let's bring him in. Hey, look who it is. It's Brian Dunaway. He's joining us as he always does on Mondays and Wednesdays to play a little Babble Royale here with us and others. Hi, Brian. Welcome back to the show. How are you?
Oh, hi, Scott and Brian.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you guys doing?
Doing all right.
We're good.
Yeah.
It's Wednesday, and I knew the Olympics were going on.
Yeah, did you?
Have you watched any of them?
I get all my news through the memes. You know that, right?
It's all memes. Yeah.
That's the only reason why I knew, because there's all kinds of memes going up about the Olympics. And I said, oh, the Olympics must have started.
So basically your feed looks like the agony of defeat from the old wide world of sports. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Pretty much it. That's how I live my life. I live my best meme life. That's how I live.
That's cool.
Did you Scott, are you logged into Feud?
It's
Scott?
trying to. It's hanging.
Are you
like
going to
it
log
always
into
does.
the Feud? Eventually you do plan on logging into the Feud.
You are going to have a Tadpole Feud in your Babble Royale, aren't you?
It's just hanging forever. I don't know what the deal is. Sometimes I get in, I click it, and it goes right in. Other times I have to sit here and wait. It always gets there, but it usually takes and I should have started it before, but I didn't. Yeah. Anyway, Dunaway, what was that sound? What are you banging on there?
Oh, I was spinning my chair around real quick.
Trying to get all the last drops of coffee out of the pot.
That's right. Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
No, but I do get I stopped reading the news as well, and once again I get the same complaint too. You can't just put your head in the sand. Well, I'm like, okay, I only get news that I can do anything about. So I mostly read local news. I have a local news that I read. Except I just stay away from the opinion part. Yeah. That's the problem with most of the news sites. They pretend like the opinion piece is news,
and it's not. No, it's not.
It's all on the front page. The front articles are the opinion pieces. And I'm like, that's not how news works. The opinion needs its own little section.
They also mix it too much. Like they'll mix them together. I don't like it when they mix them together and pretend like that's news.
That's why I go to allsides.com. They call everybody out.
Yeah, I like that.
They say this is left, this is center, this is right. the center didn't, the left didn't cover this, the right didn't cover this. They're bitching over here, and that's kind of
But here's the main thing: people that say to me, "Don't put your head in the sand." Those are just people who haven't hit the wall I hit. They'll get there. They'll get there.
Right.
Yeah.
Because at some point you'll get there and you'll realize, oh, I can't do shit.
I'll bet they get there sometime between 2023 and 2024.
Right. I mean, when you're in the public eye a lot, it's a lot more difficult to put yourself in a bubble and only stay in the bubble. And so everything we say is criticized from both sides. And so there's not much of a bubble there.
It's also everybody's got a damn microphone now. So when everyone has one, no one has one. It's just noise. It's like, who am I supposed to listen to? How about the guy, hey, you want to ensure I either block or mute your tweet? Here's what you do. You say, I can't believe the thing with the stuff. RT if you agree.
Yes.
If you ever say RT or retweet if you agree and you're in my feed, you're out. You're done. You're out. All right, let's get to it.
I'm just going to leave this here.
Yeah, exactly. Freaking hate that.
And that's fine. People want to be heard.
No, let them do it.
Let
them do it. But guess what? Other people have now decided I don't want to hear them anymore. And it turns out I have the power not to. So F off, everyone.
That's the weirdest thing. Yeah, we all think of social media. You have to listen to everybody. You don't.
Yeah, I still have to get emails from terrible people sometimes. And I got one the other day that pissed me off so bad. It made me wish that person was in front of me so bad so I could kick him in the nuts until he forgot his last name. I really wanted to do it because it was so mean and so mean-spirited about a co-host of mine, not you guys,
right?
Somebody else.
Oh, dang it.
And it was so
I
pointed.
I never get any hate mail.
And it wasn't even like criticism. It was just the meanest, most awful thing to say about somebody else. I was so angry.
Right.
Gosh dang it.
The good news is
John Jagger, isn't it?
Like it's always John Jagger.
Like that's what
that guy, he's the worst.
It's always John. It's always John.
I find that we've known this for a while, but I think we are constantly forgetting that the internet makes us all a little bit more emboldened. Whereas when you say you wish he was in front of you so you could kick him in the nuts, but if he was actually in front of you, y'all would actually have a discussion.
No, and he wouldn't say what he said.
Change.
That's the other thing is he would never have the guts to say what he said in that email. There's no way.
Right.
Yeah.
Had he had the guts to say that, we'd have had our own Golden Corral fight over no steak. It would have gone down. Anyway.
Look, I'm old. I don't fight anymore.
Only
if it's for my life.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it. That's all you got left. I understand.
Yeah. I don't fight for drinking. I don't fight for none of that stuff. I only fight for my life. That's it.
There you go. Fight for your life today on this contest we're about to have. Hey, Brian, we got a listener on here who's going to play with us. Let's find out who it is. Hi, thanks for holding. Who's this?
This is Kelly from Idaho.
Kelly from Idaho. What's going on in Idaho? You know what? I may be coming through there around fall time for a trip up to the Oregon coast. It's still being decided upon. It's an anniversary thing Kim and I are thinking about. But we're going to go through Idaho because Boise's super rad now. And no one ever believes me when I tell them that. But if you haven't been to Boise in a while, that place is awesome. What happened there?
How did you fix Boise?
I'm actually closer to Canada than I am to Boise.
Oh, okay. So you're up north. That's cool. Well, I may I'm in
the Panhandle.
If I drive through there and I'm anywhere near that area, I'll wave and then wish you well. How's that? Will that be all right?
Yeah.
Well,
I love Coeur d'Alene. Coeur d'Alene is gorgeous if you're anywhere near there.
Yeah, beautiful stuff in Idaho. People forget. They think Idaho is just potatoes and dummies, but it's not.
Nope.
It's Kelly and beautiful scenery.
It's Kelly and beautiful scenery.
Brian, why don't you explain to us and him what this is and how it's going to work?
Sure. Well, as we've mentioned, it's time to play the Tadpooley Feud. I've surveyed the Tadpool on some nerdy topics, and Scott and Brian will have to predict the answers that they gave us. It's their job to see how many of those answers they can guess. Now, Kelly, your job is more important than ever because you're going to be working with either Scott or Brian. Who knows who it will be? If your team wins, you get a prize package that includes Wrath, Aeon of Ruin, and Maneater. It's a game about Hall & Oates.
Okay.
Right.
Eating men. Got it. Hey, did you see that trailer for that new?
All go, oh, here it comes.
So it's not the Nellie Furtado song then? Okay.
No.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, newer. That's for the newer kids, isn't it? The Nellie Furtado.
Yeah.
The newer kids.
Newer kids.
The ones in their 40s.
Yeah, we're old
kids.
The 40s.
It's the middle ground.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
I'm trying to meet you halfway.
Yeah.
I bet you Scott wouldn't say that stuff about Idaho if he was in Idaho.
No, Idaho's great. That's my point. It's cool. I like people in there. They're great. And the I'm telling you, Boise is like this awesome art town now. It's really cool. Anyway.
So quick update, by the way. Surveys not anytime really soon because I still have 15 questions from the last survey that I haven't used yet. So if you haven't filled out the current survey, go fill out the current survey. Go to the Facebook group or the Discord. I think it's pinned in the Discord. But I do need to start writing some new questions for next time from about, 15 weeks from now. I haven't checked them all to make sure that they're all really good questions. There's one that I'm like, oh, this is so good, but every answer is different. I can't use it.
Nice.
So,
love it.
Anywho, let's get to this one. Quick little thing for you guys to know. Sequels. I've lumped in sequels with the originals.
Okay.
So whatever the hell that means.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a sequel thing. All right.
Right. So anyway, don't separate out sequels from the original. Okay. Hands on buzzards. I asked the tadpole. 577 of them gave me an answer, but 119 of those were I don't know. We asked the tadpole, what is the scariest video game you've ever played? Brian Dunaway.
I'm glad you finished that. Resident Evil?
Show me Resident Evil.
Boo.
Number one answer on the board.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Because it includes sequels. That's the way to do it.
I'm glad you didn't say sequels because I was trying to think of which one they would have said. So I'm glad it's together.
Surprisingly, the original got the most mentions. Seven was next, and something that didn't have a number. Resident Evil Afterlife or something. I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you what. They're not wrong. I still think
the Village was.
Village has. Well, Village is 8, so it has a number.
Oh, is it 8? Okay.
Yeah. The way they do it is that the V, the I, and the V. No, how's it work? Well, anyway, they do. They hide a Roman numeral of 8 inside the name of Village.
Gotcha.
That's how they do it.
Oh,
anyway,
that would make sense, right? Yeah.
I was gonna say I agree with that order. The first game is still scary as shit. Partly because it's really janky and hard to play, but it's scary as crap, and 7 is horrifying. So it's the right order. I think they're right.
All right. So, since there's no answers that can beat it, Brian, you and Kelly have control of the board. You guys can keep giving me answers.
Ooh.
All right, Kelly. So I've got another one in my head. I've been watching somebody play this recently. But unless you have one you want to use.
Well, I got to go with the one that always scared me, which was Silent Hill.
Oh, dude.
There you go. That's a good one.
Silent Hill made me throw a controller down, leave all the lights on, and go to bed.
Silent.
Go ahead.
Let's go with Silent Hill.
Show me Silent Hill. Number 2.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, very good.
That's proper placement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I got one. How about
Go for it.
Alien Isolation?
Ooh.
Good one.
That game made me pee a little. For sure.
I've been watching several people play that lately.
It's scary.
And,
it's still very good. That game holds up. It's very good.
Some people, well, that's the thing. The people I'm seeing play it say, not so scary, but everybody in the chat keeps going, yeah, that's the scariest ever.
No, if streamers are saying that, they're lying. It's a scary game. There's no doubt.
Is that the one that has Ripley's daughter?
Yes.
That you're playing as Ripley's daughter, right?
Yeah. She's it's during the time where Ripley is gone for the 50 years, or she's in cryo sleep.
Okay.
And your daughter, I forgot her name, Aiden or Caden or something.
I guess between 1 and 2 then, right? Or no, 2 and 3.
2. Yes. Wait. No, between 1 and 2 because she's
between
in the Nostromo for 50 years. Yeah.
Oh, right. Yes, that would make sense because
because she wakes up and Paul Reiser's there.
Burke, and Burke says, "Oh yeah, you had a daughter, and she was a video game."
Yeah.
All right, show me Alien: Isolation.
It's a
Number 7.
Some good points there, guys.
That's
nice
what
job.
I was hoping for. I was hoping it was going to be a little bit lower, but not off the list.
It wasn't 3. Yeah, exactly.
I was sweating.
That game just came out on tablets and phones, and apparently is very good in that format. And I cannot figure out how.
Really?
That blows my mind. Yeah, like high reviews everywhere. People are like, "We can't believe this works so well on a phone," and I just can't even imagine.
You still have to play with a controller, right? There aren't.
No, it's screen controls and stuff.
Screen controlled,
Yeah,
really?
yeah.
Oh, that might be the way I finally play that game.
It's scary.
Yeah.
It's scary, man. Don't play it at night.
Okay.
Don't play it during the day either.
Yeah.
Play it at dusk.
Yeah. It's the best. It's the best alien movie that is not an alien movie. It's really good. Yeah.
That's cool.
Well,
all right.
Kelly, I took one. How about you? You got another one in the barrel?
I'm kind of curious what the Tadpole might have said. I don't know if they're how big of scary gamers they are, but I liked Outlast. Was a good one.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude.
that's a good one.
Outlast.
Yes.
I was forced to play 2 of those, Outlast 1 and 2, and they both made me shit myself. So great.
How shitty is your chair, Scott?
It's bad. You don't want to be anywhere near it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Changes his chair out every couple weeks.
Yeah.
Show me Outlast.
Yeah.
Number 6.
Nice.
You're gonna run away with this with those points. This is good.
This is a scary
Well,
game here because
Yeah. I've been forced to play a few of these, but you're almost at the end of my list because I kind of avoid these. I try not to play too many scary games. Yeah.
I actually like scary games, so maybe this is the reason why we're doing so well. I'm gonna go one. I'm gonna say that the Five Nights at Freddy's really freaked a lot of people out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's got to be on there, dude.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, show
That's what
me.
I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
Show me that wacky Chuck E. Cheese ripoff thing.
Oh, really?
No.
Yeah,
shocked by that.
It surprised me too. It actually was number 14 on the list. A lot of people said it, but it surprises me too that it wasn't higher because I think it's scarier than a couple of the other things on this list.
Yeah, it's
All right.
intense. It forces you to lean into the game and then boo.
Yeah.
All right, let's do Little Nightmares. Is that on there?
Oh, that's for me.
Little itty bitty nightmares. All right, show me Little Nightmares.
Oh, come on. That game scared me.
Number 23, Little Nightmares.
That's some of mine and Scott's favorites. I love that game. That thing
Yeah.
is fan-frickin-tastic.
Scary, man.
Well, Kelly, I blew it last time. Do you have anything?
Dead Space has to be on.
Oh,
there.
Dead Space.
That's
Gosh,
a good one.
dang
That's
it.
a good one.
Sure.
Ah.
It was, in space, no one can hear you dead.
Kelly's
All right,
getting it.
show me, hey, I'm walking around this derelict spaceship, and oh my God, there's a gooey monster.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
number 3. Yep.
Good job.
Dead Space 2 in particular, man. Holy Moses. That game scared the hell out of me. Oh, to this
By the way,
moment, I'm scared.
Just bought Alien Isolation on the iPad. Can't wait to play it.
Oh
I
my
needed
God.
something, so that was
Excellent.
perfect timing for you to tell me that was available.
All right. You're going to like it. I think you'll really like it. And it should perform really well on
I'm
there.
going to play it at night, too, and just show you.
Yeah, do it at night. Have
Nice.
Tina film it and live stream it. Do it.
Cool.
All
I
right.
always found the Amnesia games to be
Oh, yeah.
pretty unsettling with
Yeah.
a small little. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Amnesia.
It's a good one.
I can't remember what that is.
I liked. Go ahead.
It's an indie. It's a small indie game. It was made by. They've made some other stuff since that. I think Tacoma game is what they made. That space one's also very scary. But
Right.
Oh, I may have given you an answer. Probably
Oh,
not.
that's a
Don't worry
good
about
one.
it. I forgot to.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have said that. Anyway, they
said too much.
The small team, and the idea was that you have kind of an insanity system in it, and the closer you get to insanity, the closer you get to dying, and so the game never really. You were never sure if anything was after you or not. But that was what made it so scary, and it was first person. A lot of go down to the end of a hallway, look back, and you swear you saw something at the end of that hallway, and you just I don't want to play this anymore. Turn this effing thing off. It's really
right,
scary.
okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, let's see if it's on here. What were you talking about again? What was the
Amnesia.
name of this game? Okay, all right.
Amnesia.
Show me Amnesia.
You got it.
Yeah, it's on there.
Number 10, and I think with that might.
Yeah, you win. There's no way I win.
Scott gives up.
Yeah.
I quit.
There's no way I win this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. Yeah.
There's no way.
This is,
All right.
That was mine, Kelly. Do you have another one?
Yeah, keep going. Clear it out.
Newer one, Phasmophobia.
Oh yeah.
There you go. That was one I was kind of holding on to, but yeah.
Okay.
That's a
That's
torture.
loves
That's
that
a
one, probably.
torture simulator. That game. Gosh dang it. Oh my gosh. Played
All
it with TV's Travis and Alex
Isn't,
Albisu.
I was gonna say Alex is a huge fan of that game.
Yeah.
He likes making other people play it while he watches. I think. Is
Yeah,
his
he's the torturer in this scenario.
That's his.
Yeah.
All right.
That's his thing.
It's rough.
Show me Phasmophobia. There we go. Could not close, missing the button. Phasmophobia number 13 on the list. A lot of people said it, but it just didn't make the cut.
All right, I'm
also,
going to go.
I forgot to mention when you said Amnesia, Left 4 Dead also received the same number of votes. So I decided to do something I haven't done before. I put them both in as a tie. So.
Oh wow.
Oh.
Okay.
If you would have said Left 4 Dead or Amnesia, you would have gotten 10 points.
Wow, they're very different games, but I get why you did it. That makes sense. Okay, so let's say let me. I know I'm not going to win anything here, but we'll keep the ball rolling. Fatal Frame. There's some old school for you. Fatal
there
Frame.
You go. Look at you pulling the old stuff. Ooh, I gotta think old things.
Ooh, I'm taking pictures of ghosts. All right, show me Fatal Frame. Number 9. Yeah.
Wow.
People like taking pictures of ghosts.
I made it.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. There was one I played on the PlayStation forever ago that scared me real bad. It was a Japanese game called The Clock Tower or Clock Tower.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
Oh, that tells me it's not on the list. But go ahead. Is it on the list, Brian?
Whoops. Show me the giveaway. Clock Tower.
Damn it.
The clock tower.
They had that scissor guy. Do you remember the scissor man that would come after you and you'd have to hide under beds? Oh my gosh.
Clock Tower did not even make the list. Nobody said Clock Tower, surprisingly.
It's a rare game. Yeah, it's kind of rare. I'm not that surprised.
When we're done here, I'm going to tell you something about the tadpole, but I'll wait until we're done talking.
Okay.
Or until we're done playing this game.
All right.
Brian and Kelly, you have control.
Did we say Alone in the Dark yet? Did we say that one?
No.
I don't know.
I'm trying to think of some old ones. I don't think so. I don't think we did. Alone in the Dark.
All right.
Just like Scott pooping his pants.
Show me. I'm alone, and it's dark. It's dark in here.
Oh.
It had its moments. There were moments of scare in that.
Yes.
I was trying to think of classic stuff that people might have mentioned.
21st on the list. 3 people agree with you about Alone in the Dark.
Okay.
It's an oldie, but a goodie. Except the movie is one of the worst things ever made, ever.
Luigi's Mansion.
Movie.
Yeah, we should film sack that. Luigi's Mansion, really? Is that a tad? But the tadpole, right? Yeah.
I will.
Is that what you're saying? Is that your answer?
No, I've already done my answer.
Oh, that's right, because it buzzed.
Yeah, he got buzzed. This is your time, Scott.
All right.
This is your time.
What's the one with the
tall? I will
tall?
tell you that somebody wrote Luigi's Mansion, but they spelled it Loogie's Mantion.
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 The knockoff.
Scared them so bad they wouldn't even look at the fonts.
Yeah,
that's right.
That's that Chinese knockoff homebrew version you can buy for your Genesis. All right. I'm gonna go with I don't. Limbo kind of scared me.
No, yeah. Limbo's freaky.
Limbo. Yeah.
Very good. All right. Show me Limbo.
Oh, you know what? Dead by Daylight's going to be on here. Shit. Sorry. Go ahead.
22 Limbo, by the way. Same number of people mentioned that as Alone in the Dark, and I agree with you. Limbo, you start seeing those shadowy things floating around. It's like, crap, this is getting kind of scary.
Yeah, there's a spider in there at some point that made me want to die.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hated it.
All right, well, let's see what everybody gave us their other answers. Congratulations, by the way, Kelly. You are a winner.
Yeah, well done.
Show me number 4. Doom, any version of Doom.
That's
That's
good.
2, Doom 3, Doom Eternal.
3's the scariest one, right? That, in my opinion.
3 is definitely, and it's definitely aimed to be more scary. They were kind of aiming for that kind of, I don't know, Dead Space vibe back then. But there's nothing, I mean, I remember the original Doom and Doom 2 in the dark at night, playing that on my 386 or whatever. And it was pretty freaky. You know?
Yeah, you play like a lot of these games that are listed on here. You wouldn't think are scary until you play them alone at night.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, for sure.
Something about that. Anyway,
a lot of people said this was their first scary game and scared the crap out of them. It is number 5, Fear.
Fear.
Yeah, that's the one with the little. All you got's a freaking flashlight, right? Isn't that one with the little?
It's the one with the weird girl in it, the freaky girl that shows up all the time. It's a shooter. And I played for 3er because it had for the E they put a 3.
Yeah,
for the third one.
3. Yeah,
for 3er.
That was the first experience I had too.
And 3, and it was pretty good. And it had this weird mech sequence. I don't know what that was doing in that game. That was a weird game. Yeah, but Fear's good though. It's a good call.
Cool.
I'd like to find out what the accidental scariest game is. Like, oops, we didn't mean for it to be scary. Too bad it is.
People suggested that it was E.T. for the Atari 2600.
I don't know. Lately, I'd say Donkey Kong Country because that thing pissed me off. But yeah.
All right, we got one more to reveal here. This one I agree with. This one did get me. Number 8, BioShock.
Oh, yeah, but that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
The original getting more votes than Infinite, which I agree with. Infinite wasn't scary. It was a great game, but it wasn't
outside.
scary.
It was airy, right?
Mm-hmm. Two is BioShock 2 is kind of scary, but the first one really established the tone. Yeah. The second one wasn't the same developers, but here's the thing about 2. BioShock 2, which a lot of people don't even remember, wasn't amazing in the campaign, but there was DLC for that thing that was better than anything they'd done before. It was so good, and I can't remember the name. It was like a lady's name, Miss Moggle's Pretend House of Funtimes or something. It was like something weird, and it was really good. I'm with the chat. I'm a little surprised Slender Man's not on there.
I was surprised. So Slender Man was number 25 on the list. The Last of Us, Until Dawn, Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem, Half-Life, and Half-Life 2, Half-Life Alyx also. Nice. Quake, World of Warcraft, Alan Wake. I know.
Yeah,
I don't know
World of Warcraft?
Yeah. Boy, I don't know how WoW is scary.
I'm just going to name a video game.
So a lot of people would say World of Warcraft, and then parentheses, I don't like scary games, so I don't play them. So it's like, okay, well, that makes sense. Right. Subnautica, Wolfenstein, Seventh Guest. I think my first scary game was Seventh Guest.
Yeah, that was a pretty scary game. And by the way, I don't want to skip over it too fast. Subnautica scared the shit out of me, so that's a good call. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Metro, and then we start getting into where the tadpole thinks they're funny. And it's great to see so many of the tadpole think that they're the funny, clever ones when everybody did this. The Sims. Let's see. Lego. Any Lego game.
Okay.
Aquaman.
Wow.
Assassin's Creed pre-patch. Barney. Battletoads. Bubble Bobble. Civ 6.
I think next time we have next time we have a runaway like this, maybe you should give the loser an opportunity to guess one of those to get some points.
That's good. If you get see what
catch up mechanic.
Yeah, no kidding.
Did somebody say? Did somebody say it really said Sim 6? Because that doesn't exist.
Civs. Civilization.
Oh,
6.
Civilization. I thought you said Sims.
Sim 6.
Okay.
Yeah, not Sim 6.
It can be a nightmare. The scary part is how many hours you spend.
Yeah, that's the truth. Good lord.
Doki Doki Literature Club. Is that really even a?
Yes, that is a game. Yeah.
Somebody, and this was a genuine one, said Intellivision B-17 bomber, and then sent me a YouTube clip of the game and said, "This freaked me out late at night playing. After everybody had gone to bed, it was late night, and I could see it. It's
unintentionally scary. I like those the best.
Yeah.
I liked Hello Puppets. I don't know if you guys played that, but that's.
I watched you play it.
Puppets?
Yeah, I watched you play
a little bit of that.
What's that one everyone's trying to shove down my throat right now? That's like a big blue Muppet guy chasing you down a hall. Does anyone know what that's called? Everyone's saying, "Oh, Scott needs to play it."
It's not Five Nights at Freddy's.
That's it. Poppy's Playtime. Is that the one?
Playtime. Okay, that was on here as well. Myst. Actually, I can see that because when you start getting those creepy, the Rand brothers and their video debuts saying, "Bring me only the blue pages." Night Trap with Dana Plato. Got a vote.
Oh man, nice.
Pokemon Go, Pokemon Snap.
Full motion video that was like that. It was like,
yeah, the full motion video stuff like Night Trap.
It was like a Fanta something, but it was a PH. What was it? 3DO or something, I think.
Phantasy Star, not Fantasy Star.
Phantom.
No. Phantom. Shit. I don't know
Fanta.
what it is.
That was it.
Fanta.
Orange Fanta.
There's an old
Phantasmagoria?
That's it.
Was that it?
Yeah, because I made sure to separate people who misspelled Phasmagoria with Phantasmagoria, because there were people who said, or Phasmophobia versus Phantasmagoria, because there were people who had typos that almost went either way.
There's a game for the Super Nintendo called Nosferatu that no one remembers that gave me nightmares to this day. I still think about that game. Yeah, it's gross. It's weird and dark. So, yeah, check it out. Nosferatu. Not based on the movie. It's just a vampire guy, and it's scary. Anyway, anything else, Brian?
No, that's it for me. That's all. That's all. Again, you go down the list, and it's Super Mario Brothers and Zelda, and everybody. It's funny how many Tadpoolers thought that they were the clever ones putting a cute game as a joke answer for this one.
Well, the important part is we have a winner.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
And that means, Kelly, you just got to send an email to briancoverville@gmail.com. He will send you your codes. You have won. How do you feel about your win?
Hey, I feel fantastic. Now I get to hop off and do another 10-hour session of Lost Ark.
Oh, that's a good time. Okay, wait.
Nice.
You're telling me I'm going to be in a happy time then if I play that. I got to play that.
I am loving Lost Ark. It is a lot of fun. It's super satisfying.
All right. I'm getting in then. Well done. Thanks for being here today and playing. And Brian Dunaway, as always, wow, what a pleasure it's been. You know, this weekend we'll be doing Film Sack, and don't remember our movie. What is it? What are we doing?
I
Either.
cannot
I'm like, is it,
recall. We just did Hearts in Atlantis, and we were doing two things in a row that I was like, oh, what?
I know. Mars Attacks is not next. Oh, The Losers is next.
Oh, The Losers.
So we get Chris Evans. Chris Evans, another comic book adaptation featuring Chris Evans.
I don't remember us saying at the end of the show.
I don't remember saying that either. That is weird.
That is
I'm
really
sorry. No.
weird.
I take that back. Wild Things.
Oh,
Sorry,
right.
Wild
We did talk about
Things.
that.
That's it.
My mistake. Wild Things. Yes, we talked a lot about Matt Dillon's wiener on the last
Matt
episode.
Dillon's
At the end of the last
wiener.
episode of Film Sack.
Two ladies, that whole thing. So that's look at Randy sighing.
Randy makes his debut in the chat room with sigh.
Yeah. Like, well, whatever. We're all busy. We're making a lot of content. It's easy to forget these things.
Jeez.
All right, Dunaway, the pleasure has been ours. Tell people where they can find you streaming this week so they can watch you do some old retro stuff.
Absolutely. Twitch.tv/Brian Dunaway. I'll be doing some Hexen? No. Heretic. Yes.
Heretic
No.
Beyond Hexen.
That's it.
Yeah. Hexen, both are great, by the way, and we're going to talk about both. But next Play Retro is all about that Hexen Heretic era of post-Doom and early Quake engine stuff, and how amazing those early Raven Software titles were, and why they matter so much to me and Brian and others who played them. And finally, we're talking about retro on PC, so check that out. That's Monday, and Brian will be playing a bunch of it. I will be as well at some point.
Look for it.
Brian Dunaway. Hey,
No, you
suck a duck. See you later.
Wow.
Yeah. If there's one bird you want to suck, it's a duck.
I've heard that. That's the one to suck.
That's the one to suck.
Is a duck.
Yeah, always the duck.
It rhymes.
Yeah, it does. It's very good. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, Tom Merritt will be here, and we're going to talk to him about some tech. After that, some Recommentals with Randy. That's all coming up soon. Before that, this song break presented by Brian Ibbett Industries.
Yes. All right. So I'm gonna set this up, and I'm gonna tell people, look, you're gonna hear me talk about this song. I don't want to scare you away because it is fantastic. But when I say, it's all in foreign language, not always Spanish, but sometimes French and a little bit of English. So don't let that scare you away. It's kind of a poppy, certainly not a poppy love song, more of an indie pop song. What I want you to listen for are two incredible things. Number one, the beautiful arrangement of this song and how cool it is. Number two, I want you to pay attention to the lung capacity of the lead singer, a woman named Mon Laferte. Laferte. Let's say it's Laferte.
Awesome.
She actually has the word Fert in her last name.
Yeah, it's literally the Fert. That's great.
It is Mon the Fert. Laferte. She has a brand new album called 1940 Carmen, and the chorus she does in a single breath. And if you watch the video, you'll just say, oh my God, she's incredible. Here is Mon Laferte with Placer Hollywood right now on Indie in the Middle.
Mother will have a fit when she sees the grocery bill this month. I'll bet we've consumed 10 pounds of cookies and just gallons of lemonade.
You shouldn't have sold the tree. That tree was not for sale.
The Morning Stream. Better than a straw tart blueberry pop torch.
All right, we're back, everybody. Hey, Brian, remind us who that song was again.
I will do exactly that. That was Mon Laferte, or Laferte, with a song called Placer Hollywood.
This is one I'm going to have to go make sure I listen to because that sounds interesting. By the way,
so
I
good.
love that cover last night or yesterday that the show ended with, the weird version of what was it? Why can't I can't think of names today. Names are dumb.
It was, I'll tell you, it was Blitzkrieg Bop by Little Big, the Russian dance band.
Yes, I really liked it. Like, it was weird, but I dug it. It was awesome.
You got to check out more of their music. They are kooky coconuts, is what they are.
All right,
those people.
Well, I'm down for more coconuts in my life.
Yeah. By the way, I'm linking people. When you look for Mon Laferte on YouTube to watch the video and say, "Oh my God, that's all in one breath," that chorus, make sure you look for her Tiny Desk concert version of this song.
Very nice. Tiny Desk concert. Is that like a?
It's NPR. NPR does these things called the Tiny Desk concerts, where they bring in an artist and they perform in the Tiny Desk studio.
Oh,
which is literally they're surrounded by racks of CDs, and they have a tiny desk in front of them that they usually push out of the way to make room for a drum kit.
Well, speaking of tiny desks.
With the computer, as with any tool, the concept and direction must come from the man.
At his own tiny desk in his massive studio, Tom Merritt joins us all the way from Los Angeles, California, in the studios of the Daily Tech News Show. Tom Merritt, welcome back. How are you?
Well, one of the guests on Tiny Desk one time was BTS. BTS is from Korea and appeared at the end of the Samsung Galaxy Unpacked video.
Oh, gosh.
Which was announcing the new Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultras today.
Oh, my.
Way to bring it all back. Look at you.
This is
you
great.
Tied in tiny desks and tech.
Yeah, this is good. He does.
That's
this is
why
Tom.
you're Tom Merritt.
Tom does this better than any human being I've ever known. He can make any transition you need. Hey, here's the question about that. I got bombarded in my various social media sources, bombarded with Samsung ads preparing me for this announcement. Like, they really went nuts with it. Do you think it's because of the BTS thing in the back end? Like, they really wanted to make sure they got their money's worth because this cost them a pretty
that was
penny?
a stretch.
Okay.
The BTS didn't even open their mouths. They were just at the end holding up cards going, "Save the whales from plastic, please."
Really?
Samsung's good at that. We're because they're making some of their cases and stuff out of recycled fishing nets, which is cool.
Okay. Well, that is actually cool. So
But yeah, the star of the show was the Galaxy Note. You know how big a fan people are of the Galaxy Note. They're wondering what happened to the Note. Are you stopping making the Note?
Yeah.
We love the Note. And Samsung said the new Galaxy Note is the Galaxy S22 Ultra. And you know what? As dumb as that sounds, they made a pretty good case for it because they've already brought all the handwriting recognition and stylus integration to the S21, and the S22 Ultra includes the S Pen. They improved the latency of the S Pen quite a bit too. It went from 9 milliseconds down to like 2.8.
Oh, that's good.
Milliseconds.
That's really good,
Now,
actually.
The other thing they're trying to kind of gently push is, the real Note experiences inside of us, because they're saying the S22 Ultra obviously is the perfect phone for Note fans, but don't forget the stylus also works on the new Tab S8 Ultra, and it works on the Galaxy Z Folds. So really, we're all the Note now.
I see. Actually, that isn't it's not a bad way to spin it because
we all note down here.
Yeah.
Noted.
So does the pen achieve that kind of latency on those other devices or just on this new phone?
That's a very good question. They said the S Pen included with the S22 Ultra has the latency. I don't know if you took that pen and paired it with another device, whether you'd get that latency or not.
Yeah, that'd be a good thing to find out because if there's one area that has boomed for Apple and not so much for Android tablets, it's been the art side of things, and it's due to the latency or the lack of latency on the Apple Pencil. It's very, very good. If they could make one, go one better there, they could get in there. They could wedge in there a little bit, which would be good. I think that'd be great to have a little more competition in that space. So.
No, it is good. And Rehan asks a really good question. Is that a real measurement? That's Samsung's claimed measurement. Now, Samsung is not known for, big hit pieces where they're like, Samsung claimed 2.8 milliseconds and it turned out it was 12. Like, it's probably pretty close to real.
Yeah, I could see that. Someone in the chat asked, well, what's the number on the Apple Pencil? I don't actually know that. I wish I did, but I know it's very fast.
Yeah.
I know it's fast enough that I barely notice.
Speaking of Apple's one of the big advantages to living in iOS is you get updates to your phone for 5 or 6 years.
Yeah.
The Samsung Galaxy S22s, as well as the S21, the Fold 3, and the Flip 3, are all going to get 4 years of Android support from Samsung.
Wow.
So not quite the 5 or 6 you get, but getting a lot closer, and a year longer than what Pixel owners get, which is 3 years.
Yeah.
We're talking about full Android support, not just security updates.
Oh, that's great. Are they still doing their voice thing? Their Gimli or whatever its name is? What do they call theirs?
Now that you said that, I can't remember.
Ghibli or Grimpy or something like that.
You have my sword.
Oh, Bixby.
It's still there. Bixby. You should be thinking of the Holt.
The Hulk.
Did they like me when they talk about that at all? Was that
they didn't.
Okay.
They did. I think it's still in there. But they don't make a big deal. They did make a big deal that the Google Assistant has come to Wear OS, which isn't even a new announcement, really. So I think they're more in the we give up. Google Assistant's better.
Yeah, I was going to say they're doing a little bit of a Microsoft with Cortana. They're just like, okay, fine, whatever. Just use what you're going to use. And I guess we're stuck with our Echoes and our Google Homes for now, and Siri to some extent. But did you? I didn't get a chance to ask you this because I guess it happened when you weren't, or between when you were here. Did your Echoes freak out at all during that weird outage day that they had?
They didn't freak out, but I couldn't use them. So, like they didn't do anything weird except say like, I'm having trouble answering right now for an hour or two, and then they came back.
Well, the best part, I didn't even mention this on the show. The best part of that one night that it woke up and said, it's dead in the middle of the night, everybody's asleep, and I forgot to mention, Van is in there in a tiny mattress on the other side of the room. He stayed over that night. So little 2.5-year-old, almost 3-year-old laying there. This thing goes off and goes, I'm sorry, I can't understand what you're saying right now, it says. And I'm like, oh my gosh, do not wake up the baby. And I hear this over on the other side of the room. I hear him go, music? Oh. So he knows what that's for.
He was ready to start saying, hey, play Baby Shark.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, midnight party, let's go.
Yeah, he thought it was time to play. But anyway, good for Samsung. This is good to see their lineup, and they stuck the date, Tom, when they said they were going to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Unlike the chip announcement.
Yeah, that got weird.
CES. Yeah, they scheduled the announcement and made the announcement on the day they scheduled.
Crazy cool. Well, that's good. That and a whole bunch more will happen later today on the Daily Tech News Show. It's Wednesday. I like to call it my day. Because I get to be on, and it's always fun. So make sure you check that thing out live and find out what's going on in the world of technology. I'm sure you've got some other stuff you're working on, though. Do you, anything you'd like to tell people here?
Oh, let's see what old Sarah Lane's cooking up there in the document yet. We do have some other stuff. She hasn't nailed anything down, but I know we've got something coming up later this week from a captain, Captain Brian Hoffman, a pilot. He's not a sea captain; he's an air captain. He sat down with us to talk about the pilot's perspective on that battle between 5G carriers and the US FAA over interference with landing equipment, and there's lots of headlines talking about like, all your flights are going to be canceled and airplanes will fall from the sky and all this stuff. So we actually talked out with a pilot. It's like, okay, now that this stuff is happening, how's it work for you? So look for that probably Friday on Daily Tech News.
Very nice. Cool stuff coming up as usual. Tom Merritt, Ace Detect on Twitter. Tom, have a great week and day, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks, man.
Bye now. I can't hang up on him, though. Why? There we go.
I can't quit you, Tom.
I can't quit you, Tom Merritt. All right. Do you guys want to stream shit and enjoy it? Well,
yes.
Oh, you do? Well, then all right.
Oh, are you asking me or
I'll ask you.
Ask them.
I don't want to ask them. They'll just go on and on and on in all caps. It'll be terrible. No, we're gonna get what's his name? His name's Randy. We're getting Randy in here.
Kyvax.
I do. I do like that Randy has an R. Recommentals has an R, so we have a double R, and it's pretty great. Hey, look who it is. It's Randy Jordan joining us from California. Hi, Randy. Hello an hour ago. How are you?
Good morning stream. How are you? I'm doing great.
Oh, that's fantastic.
It is a beautiful day here. It's
You
going
let
to
us
be,
answer how we're doing?
Yeah, it's gonna be beautifully hot here. We're having a heat wave over the next few days.
Oh, tell me temperatures. Where are you
getting
going to be?
ready for predicted the hottest Super Bowl ever held.
What's your temps? What are the high temps supposed to be?
Well, I live near the ocean, so it doesn't actually get as hot here as it does inland in Southern California. But like where they're playing the Super Bowl, like today and tomorrow, it's going to be in the high 80s.
Oh my!
And they're predicting high 80s or even hotter for Sunday, which is awesome.
Yeah. That's very cool. I got we're at 45 today, and we're normally in like the 20s, so that's no 80, but I'll take it. The snow will melt. I'm good.
And I just want to wrap up a couple things with you guys. So yes, Fatal Frame was objectively the scariest game, but when I think about actually being scared while playing a game, for some reason it's always FPS multiplayer games, like when they have long range guns.
Oh yeah.
So like from like Warzone recently going all the way back to like Ghost Recon 20 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, if I'm pinned down like behind some rocks and there's another player half a mile away with a sniper rifle and he's shooting and I'm hearing the incoming rounds like thudding into the dirt, man, that is the scariest thing in video games.
Total. Yeah, no, that's a good call. I feel like there's a certain kind of intensity to that that's very hard to duplicate in any other way, especially if the game favors snipers, which often they do. Snipers are a problem in most video games, shooter
Which
games.
is why I like playing snipers.
Yeah, a lot of people do. It turns out. So
So I have been following the Winter Olympics. I always watch all the Olympics and stuff, and I'm kind of fascinated by the future schedule. And I just wanted to like lay it out for you, right?
Okay. Sure.
So like the future schedule is the Summer Olympics in Paris in 2 years, right?
Yeah.
And then Winter Olympics in Milan, and then the Summer Olympics in Los Angeles in 2028. And then we don't know yet 2030, right? But then we do know that 2032 Summer Olympics is going to be in Australia.
Okay.
And so it's like, why are we skipping? Why do we not know yet? Because they usually decide 11 years in advance to like give the host city time to prepare.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently, like the 4 places that have made a huge bid for the 2030 Winter Olympics are Barcelona, Salt Lake City, Sapporo, and Vancouver.
Yeah.
You know, I was in Vancouver for the 2010 Winter Olympics, and it was fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah.
But apparently, like, you know, like the Olympics are a massive albatross around the neck of any place that hosts it, right? Like the whole country suffers because they spend tons and billions and billions of dollars and get nothing out of it, right?
Yeah.
And so like these 4 places, Barcelona, Salt Lake City, Sapporo, and Vancouver, have all made a bid, but they don't really want it. Like they're all kind of like acting like they want to lose.
Yeah, and Salt Lake, by the way, is acting like they want it. So I have a feeling we may get it. They claim they're poised and ready, both financially, infrastructurally, like all that stuff. They're like, we're good, let's go. And I don't know if that'll bump them ahead or not. I have no idea.
It would be very unlikely, in my opinion. Like I've been following this my whole life, for them to have the Summer Olympics in the United States and then 2 years later the Winter Olympics in the United States.
Don't they do that? They do that sometimes, right?
Yes, but the IOC really likes, for the last 30 years or so, really likes to jump around the globe if they can.
Yeah, that makes sense. So you don't want to get stuck in one place. This isn't the 80s anymore. I get that.
Yeah, I think Spain is the forerunner for the 2030 Winter Olympics. That's all I'm saying.
All right. We'll have to wait and see how this pans out, and I'm sure I'll hear about it 4 weeks after it happens. All right, hey, let's get to it. We're going to do some recommendals. We're going to start with Brian's what I meant to say. He always starts these. You got one this week, and
well, actually, while Randy was talking, I was able to watch something else, so I have 2 this week now.
Good. That's a good one. All right. So it says nothing here, so I have no idea what we're getting into. Do you want to give anything away or any hints?
This is a movie. This is a remake, and it's an adaptation of a book and a remake. So there you go.
All right.
Went from book to movie to new movie.
All right. Here it is.
You tell him, I got a little job for you. It's a temporary job. Make sure you emphasize that. Just temporary. Until we get ourselves another gig. You spike it with that opium tincture. 1 drop per bottle. That's all. But now, this is what he thinks is heaven. So, you say to him like this. You say to him, well, I got to get me a real geek. He says, ain't I doing okay? You say, like crap, you're doing okay. You can't draw a real crowd faking a geek, you're through. And you walk off. Now that night, you drag out the lecture, you laid on thick. All the while you're talking, he's thinking about sobering up, getting the crawling shakes, the screaming, the terrors. You give him time to think that over while you're talking. Then you throw him the chicken. You geek.
Poor soul.
So it's obviously Willem Dafoe, but I have no idea what this
Definitely
is.
Willem Dafoe. He's talking about becoming a new geek in the carnival in Nightmare Alley. This is Guillermo del Toro. Brand new film that's a remake of a film from 1947 and neo-noir psychological thriller. You heard Willem Dafoe there. You heard a teeny tiny bit of Bradley Cooper, and you also see a teeny tiny bit of Bradley Cooper in the film. You're also going to see Cate Blanchett, Toni Collette, Richard Jenkins, who is awesome in this.
He's never not good, that guy. He's always
good.
good. Love him. Yep.
Rooney Mara, Ron Perlman, Mary Steenburgen, who's in everything, and David Strathairn, who is also never not
cast.
good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Holt McCallany.
And Holt McCallany, who plays a very Bill Tench-ish character.
I'm in. Finally,
yeah,
a little Bill Tench closure, however I can get it, is fine. It's good.
Yeah, you're not going to ever get it.
Yeah, it's as much as you're going to get. So Bradley Cooper plays a loner, a drifter who ends up joining a carnival. They're hired by Willem Dafoe to work in this carnival, not as a geek because they already have a geek, but just as kind of manual labor. He takes to some of the people in there and even becomes a little bit of a grifter and a con man himself. Actually, a lot of a grifter, or a grifter and a con man himself, and kind of sets the stage for all the things that happen in the latter part of the film.
You've been holding back Tim Blake Nelson in this? You're holding back
Tim Blake
on us.
Nelson, a tiny bit of Tim Blake Nelson.
Okay.
But he's like his character name is Carniboss, which just sounds exactly like the only character he ever plays.
Right. I'm playing a Carniboss.
That's perfect. I love him. Also, I see there's a Stargate connection. David Hewlett is on this as yet another doctor. That's all he ever does is play doctors. But
he
was on Star Trek or Stargate Atlantis. Yeah, he's great. We love him.
Dr. Rodney McKay, and now he's Dr. Elrude in this one.
Yep.
This is great. This is so it's less weird than a lot of the stuff that you usually get from Guillermo del Toro, like Pan's Labyrinth and the Ladyfish water dating simulator that we had a couple years ago. But there's enough of that because you're in a carnival, so you kind of get to evoke the Del Toro-ness with the mood as opposed to with actual weird-looking characters. Did I say Pants Labyrinth?
No.
Pants. You pants the Labyrinth.
Oh, you did? I was just doing that for my daughter's sake because her and I were having a joke the other day about it should be called Pants Labyrinth. We were doing the whole thing where if you change one letter of a movie title, you make it less weird. And Pants Labyrinth actually, I think, made
Pants
it weirder.
Labyrinth for sure works in that.
It's a little weirder
case.
Sure.
Anyway, it's really good. And here's what's great about it. You can watch it in theaters, or you can watch it at home on Hulu, or you can watch it at home on HBO Max. It's everywhere.
It's really weird that a brand new movie like that's also in theaters still and is like Oscar contender is on two streaming services. It's nuts.
On two streaming services, yeah.
Yeah.
And what's our Oscar? It's Best Picture and three other nominations. Let's see here. I'm pulling it up.
Costume, I think. And
costume, and probably, costume
else.
design, makeup and hair. No, cinematography.
You didn't tell me Jim Beaver's in this.
Jim Beaver,
Deadwood, and a million other things. I love that guy.
Pal.
Oh, I love him.
How do I know Jim Beaver?
You know him from Deadwood. You know him from Breaking Bad. You know him from Crimson Peak. You know him from a million things.
Yeah.
Watchmen. He was in.
Hey, did I mention James Norman Beaver Jr. is in this? So please make sure you check that
Justified.
out.
He was Sheriff Shelby Parlow. Oh, he was so good. Anyway,
and he's playing another sheriff. He's playing Sheriff Jedediah Judd.
That's his whole job from here on out, playing sheriffs.
Sheriffs.
That's it.
One guy plays only doctors, another guy plays only sheriffs.
Yeah.
So Guillermo del Toro movies kind of all start to look alike if you watch them, and so I'm just curious, like, is this like in that Hellboy, Shape of Water area?
Oh, you know what? You brought up Hellboy. That's a really interesting. Yeah. All right. I would say closer to Hellboy. I've never seen it, but the Carnival TV show that was on HBO had, what I saw of it had a similar look to this. I've never seen a full episode, but I've seen clips, and
I always meant to watch that. I wonder if that's worth seeing.
There's nothing creepier, I think, than a 1920s carnival.
Oh yeah, right. Because there were no rules, there was no regulation. It was like, here's a bearded lady and a guy with 3 wieners, and you had to live with it. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, all we need is Alan Tudyk in here playing a little 3-card Monty. He would have fit better in here than he did in Hearts in Atlantis. I'll tell you that. But
you loved it. You love this movie.
I really love this movie enough to recommendal it. And like you said, it's a 2.5 hour watch. So prepare, sit yourself down, get ready for it. Yep. But it is, it's really, really.
You know what? I'm a little shocked.
I barely mentioned Bradley Cooper. He's great in this. Like it's a really good role for him.
Yeah. No, I've heard great things. Well, he's always good.
And he got nominated for the Oscar, right?
No.
Bradley Cooper.
No, and people were sad that he didn't. I guess, but he wins other
Best
things.
Picture, production design, costume design, and
I would have sworn he got nominated for something this year for an Oscar. He's nominated every year. He's in an auteur film.
Might be. Is it for Licorice Pizza? No. Yeah, I'm only seeing him.
No. They just found an article about how he was snubbed. Bradley Cooper's been snubbed.
Yeah,
this year.
I would say. He should have gotten, if he was going to get anything. His role here was good, but I don't think it's anywhere as good as like Andrew Garfield in Tick Tick Boom or Cumberbatch in Power of the Dog.
Right.
He could have replaced Javier Bardem in that list, but I think supporting actor for Licorice Pizza, he is great. He is the oh God, what's his name? The end of Boogie Nights, waving the gun around, Dr. Octopus.
Yeah.
Alfred Molina.
Alfred Molina. He is that.
Yeah.
Of Licorice Pizza.
That.
I love that your first go-to was waving the gun around in the Wiener movie. I forgot about that. I totally forgot he was in that.
Well, no, he's that character in Boogie Nights.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
He's that character.
Gotcha. So let me ask you this. This is like the first time Doug Jones isn't in one of these Del Toro movies. What's going on with that?
I know. Yeah.
And it's a carnival with freaks in it.
They do have a snake guy, and it's not Doug Jones.
Oh, man. Was he too busy
spider
doing...
lady, and it's not Doug Jones.
Too busy doing alien makeup for Star Trek to be in there? What the hell's going on?
He's too busy being Saru, yeah.
He's in a new Speaking of Willem Dafoe, he's going to be the new Count Orlok in the new Nosferatu remake they're making.
Oh, perfect. Jeez.
Yeah, that makes me want to...
He actually was pretty damn funny on Saturday Night Live a couple of weeks ago too.
I like that guy. Yeah, nothing wrong with him.
He talks about how he always kind of plays a similar character because he's got a look. He's got a certain look.
Yeah, that's like his entire monologue on SNL was being mistaken for other actors, which is bizarre because Willem, there's no one like Willem Dafoe. What's wrong with you if you don't know the difference between him and all these other actors?
Sure.
And then of course they used him. They used him mostly like a old man throughout the whole episode.
Crazy old man. Yes.
Yeah, that was like his major roles throughout the skits, and it was good.
Yeah, he's great. Yeah. I'll never get over those eyeballs in his hands in Pan's Labyrinth. It's a hell of a thing. All right.
So that's my one and only Recommental this week. Why? Because I watched Randy's Recommental, Cobra Kai season 4, which is just as beautifully stupid as the first 3 seasons of Cobra Kai.
I would argue it's getting more beautifully stupid as it goes. It's just amazing how they must have a writer's room where these guys come in and sit down and they're all like blindfolded. Yeah. All right, well, let's just talk out loud and see come up with the craziest shit you can, and let's see if we can make it look like teenagers are doing it.
That said, I was not at all expecting the ending. I was kind of surprised by the direction it took, and I really appreciate that a show that I feel is the most predictable piece of crap that I love still had a way to surprise me at the end of the current season. So that,
like I said a few weeks ago, it has these rules, and once you fall in love with the rules, you're stuck forever. It's wonderful to know what you're expecting and get it.
Cool.
Yeah.
The other thing I watched that I just decided not to recommend was the newest half season of Star Trek Discovery, because they decided to do it as a half season, and finished the half season, and it was really, really good, but hard to recommend that when I've recommended the previous seasons. So
Yeah.
I'll give Star Trek Discovery a rest. But
Doug Jones is the best part of that show. I love him.
He is, and this was a really good season. They almost start to get to the problem a week kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys see we're getting finally Orville coming back in June?
Yes.
Speaking of our Star Trek problem of the week, and it looks like it's going to be really good.
I hope so. I haven't watched any of it, so I'm ready to binge. Let's binge this baby.
I'm pretty sure this is the longest an in production feature television show has ever gone between seasons.
Yeah, for sure.
At least in my lifetime, I have never seen somebody put out 2 seasons, and now it's been 5 years.
Yeah.
Has it been that long?
It really has, hasn't it?
Has it been 5? Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Yeah, it has been 5. Oh, Mad Men did?
Wild. And
Someone
again,
says
it's got something to do with Fox. I'm absolutely certain that something to do with that freaking studio is making it impossible for these guys to just make their show and put it out.
Yeah, Atlanta's a good example of a long break. Better Call Saul takes too long. It's not quite 5 years, but it's too long. There's examples.
I got to find out what happens to Kim Wexler.
I need Kim Wexler better be on top of a heap of bodies with a gun and winning when that's over.
Yeah, there have definitely been shows that wrapped and then came back later, but this is just like remarkable because they put out 2 seasons and then we're all set for a third, and then it's like we can't get this done.
Nope.
Yeah.
Well, all right then. So go to Hulu, go to Netflix, or not Netflix. Go to Hulu, go to HBO Max, and get your damn thing.
Or go to the theater if you, for whatever reason, want to spend more money and possibly get COVID.
Yeah, and deal with horrible people and have weird smells.
Deal with horrible people.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to play this. Remember last week I said I was hesitating on something, wasn't sure if I was going to recommend it.
Yeah.
I decided to recommend it because the most recent episode almost feels like required viewing. I'll get to why in a minute. But I'm going to go ahead and recommend it. So anyway, here it is. It's a TV series.
We don't eat carbs. 2, please.
Who's that?
Nate Jacobs' dad.
That's Nate's dad?
Yes, that's Nate's dad.
No f***ing way!
Way. You're full of shit.
No way!
Full of shit.
I don't think I have an attention span for real life anymore.
Shut up, you smartass.
All right. I picked the most.
It's Mary Jane Watson, right?
Yeah,
Is
of
that
course.
what I'm hearing?
Of course. I picked the most unassuming little clip there
You did,
possible.
You totally did. Yeah.
So I binged and then been watching week to week the new episodes of the show Euphoria on HBO Max. And the reason that I was hesitant to recommend this last week after binging the first season, I hadn't gotten to the second season yet, was there are still times where I'll watch the show and go, by watching that scene, am I on a list or something now? Like, am I in trouble for seeing what I just saw in this show? Like, it is really hard to describe how shocking this show can be. So I'll just give you some of the basics. This is your MJ from the current MCU Spider-Man.
Yeah. Yep.
Zendaya plays your main character, Rue, who is the whole thing sort of not seen through her eyes, but she's sort of your main character. And she's a high school kid with a drug addiction that comes and goes. She lives with her mom and her sister. Her dad died of cancer. That has a big part of what's happening in this current season. None of these are spoilers, but there's also some significant things in the show. One of the main actors and most important actors in it is a trans actor who is really, really compelling. I forgot her name. I don't have it up here right now. Shoot, Hunter something. Let's see. I can find it real fast. Hunter Schafer. That's the name. She's in this thing, and she is something about her is just really, really compelling. I suspect Emmys are in the works, like that sort of stuff. I really like Angus Cloud, plays a character called Fezco. They call him Fez for short. That's kind of the Breaking Bad half of the show. Now, that may sound strange to everybody to hear that, but the show definitely has a little Breaking Bad in it. I will preface all of this by saying 100% this show is not for everybody. There are times when I wasn't sure it was for me because, again, it's depicting high school-aged kids doing things that these 20-somethings are doing. It's fine because they're all actors in their 20s, but they're depicting things that make you go, oh my gosh, did I just see what I think I saw? And I'm talking wieners out, man, like all sorts of sexy time stuff. And you see wieners, lots of man wieners, lots of lady boobies, and it's all in the context of these are high school kids. One thing in particular is Eric Dane, who plays the character Cal Jacobs. He is, if you're any of you out there are Grey's Anatomy fans, you'll know Eric Dane as playing Dr. McDreamy or Steamy. I think it was Steamy, McSteamy.
Mm-hmm. Right, because Dreamy was Patrick
Warburton.
Whatever.
No, whatever it was.
Patrick McGowan. Yeah,
McGowan, that's it.
Yeah.
Eric Dane, you will never see him in the same light again. And part of it is because it's an incredible performance, but part of it is, man, what a messed up effing character that guy is. And he's really the one big adult character with the big problems. Everybody else plays young in high school, and they're going through this stuff. It's the worst high school on the planet. These are some of the worst human beings to ever be in a high school. One of Judd Apatow's kids, Maude Apatow, plays Lexi Howard. She's very good in this. This kid who plays Nate Jacobs, who is a complete douche monkey, like the worst jock. Oh, he's a horrible human being in the show, but he's really good and perfect for the role. And there's a lot of that going around in this. Here's what I'm just what this is all leading to. I was hesitant to recommend it because I think it is a very hard thing to see. It does not pull away from very hard, difficult topics, and it's just rough. The most recent episode, if you know anyone or are a drug addict yourself, it feels like necessary viewing because where they go with this drug story freaking blew my mind. It's really, really something. And I don't know if it's brave or if I don't know what it is, but it's really compelling. And obviously I'm not alone. This thing's a big hit for them. And people talk about it on Twitter endlessly. Like, water cooler talk is hot on this show. Part of it is because there are a lot of wieners, but the point is, just a lot of
mentioned wieners,
a lot of intense stuff going on. And I think I'm far enough in to say, okay, I think I get where you're going. One thing I wanted to mention, do you guys, have either of you seen Baskets before?
No, but I want to see it. I know I've heard great things about it, obviously.
So the lady in Baskets who's like a mail carrier, I think, really strange woman who's a comedian. I'm going to find her name. Baskets. I have to mention her because not since the Chicken King, freaking Gus Fring, have I encountered a more interesting villain in television history.
Oh, wow.
Like, I don't even know how to explain this. I wish I knew her name. I can't find it. Someone in the chat will find it. She plays a character named Lori in this, who is a ex-teacher, drug dealer. And she's like the big deal drug dealer in LA somewhere, wherever they're at. And I don't even want to say anything else. I just want to say that not since Gus Fring have I been this in love with a villain. She is so good at this weird ass thing they're doing. And it's really hard to explain. So there are shades of like Breaking Bad, little, Better Call Saul notes of that, but also really trippy stuff going on with the way they film everything. The shots are crazy. The music is insane. The soundtrack is great. Real interesting mix of things. They go back in time to the 80s for a chunk of Cal's story, and during those episodes they played just like nonstop In Excess, like stuff we were in high school for. So it's really nostalgic in a weird way, but just dark. Again, not for a lot of people, this show, but it's pretty good. So I'm going to recommend it. Euphoria season 2 is halfway done. Season 1's already up. They've got another 4 episodes or something left, and we'll see how they stick the landing this season. But in particular, I don't know if it's a trigger warning or a must watch, but the drug episode that just happened, unbelievable.
I've come across this series a few times and just been like, that doesn't look like it's for me or anybody. I'm just shocked that it's Scott Johnson recommended.
I can't quite believe it myself. It's one of those things where I really do. It's very uncomfortable. It's the kind of show where none of what they're portraying, either in sex stuff or any of it. None of it's glorified or good. You know what I mean? Like it's meant to be
shocking
and uncomfortable and like wrong. Yeah. You know, you're meant to go, ugh, really? We're doing this? Oh my gosh, why? And then, but there's something about it. I can't really explain it. I don't even know what to compare it to. It's a really, really weird thing. And I will say Zendaya, who I already liked, is just killer in this. She's so good in this. Like she should win whatever Emmys they give out for acting next time.
She did.
Did
I don't
she?
think she got
I don't
an
know.
Emmy, but she got some nominations for something.
She should. And again, Leninade, not interested in that. Other people, not interested. No, I get it. And no judgment here. This is not me saying that you should watch this. I'm saying it was a hard watch for me, but there's a compelling thread through it all, and I really want to see these characters through, all of them. Even the worst Barbie looking wannabe Kardashian girl in high school. I want to see how that resolves. Even though on the surface she's horrible, but there's something in there. And this showrunner just he might be a genius, or I might be getting fooled. I don't know which it is, but I'm kind of blown away by it. Anyway, right, Jay? The last episode there gave him a panic attack. I mean, that was something. Like, I can't even explain it. So yes, if you do get around to it, you be prepared to be initially shocked by it, and then if you carry it through, I think you'll find that this is something extra cool that, again, is not for everybody. Okay, it's a hard watch. All right.
Speaking of not for everybody, actually, mine is pretty straightforward, but it is a fairly violent movie.
All right.
I actually didn't tell you guys in advance.
I know you did, because so I couldn't prepare the quick TMS.li. Thanks a lot, Randy.
I am sorry, but here's the thing. This is a relatively new film. Not it's a couple years old. This film, and I came across it this past week, and I'd never heard of it. I didn't know it existed. It's a Western, and so that right out of the gate, maybe go, what? How have I never heard of this?
Yeah.
And then I went to Rotten Tomatoes, and it's 84%, so pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
But it got no awards, it got no nominations, it got no notice. I'm blown away. And I thought to myself, I wonder if Scott Johnson has seen this. And I decided, you know what? I want to find out if Scott Johnson has seen this by playing a clip from it.
Oh, okay.
Because
that's why you didn't. Okay, all right.
It's just it's this weird thing. Now it's a Western. It's a 20th century Western, so a Western with cars and stuff. And it's a very quiet film. There is not much dialogue in this movie. So I just grabbed a quick discussion between the leads. The leads are an older married couple. Let's say they're in their late 60s, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they are having dinner. And he has just asked her about this time that he had to put down her horse, and it's Western.
Yeah. You're a bad horse.
Yeah. He had to something happened to the horse. It was sick or something. He had to put down the horse, and he has just asked her about that because there was a mysterious thing that happened at the time, and she's just described it.
Yeah.
And now they're talking a little bit further. And
your horseshoes are stupid looking. That was the put down?
That's right.
Okay.
One of your legs is shorter than the other.
Yeah, dumb horse. All right, here it is. Let's play Randy's clip.
I wanted to send her on her way with happy memories.
I'm sorry.
Sorry? Why?
I made you sad. It's not what I wanted.
You didn't make me sad, George.
What I wanted is to tell you what sticks with me. Strawberry and you. This woman I married but can't figure. Doesn't believe there's any world but this one. Still believes a horse has got a soul somehow. That's the gal for me.
That sounds like Costner.
That is Kevin Costner.
Oh, wow,
and he
well
is,
done. I was going to say, starring Western Voice.
Western Voice. Yeah.
That's Kevin Costner. He's talking to Diane Lane, his wife. They've been together their whole lives.
Oh, I know what this is. Go ahead. Keep going. I know this.
Yeah, this movie is called Let Him Go. And it's by a guy who hasn't done much of anything before, named Thomas Bazooka. And it's based on a novel by Larry Watson.
Hold on. I don't want to skip over how awesome that name is.
Right?
Thomas Bazooka.
Thomas Bazooka? Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Sorry. Keep going.
Yeah.
That's great.
That's the guy's name. That's his
Yeah.
actual name, Thomas Bazooka.
Yeah.
And so Kevin Costner and Diane Lane are, like I say, an older married couple. They're living out on a ranch in Montana. And this is in 1961. Their adult son falls off a horse and dies in the fall.
Yep.
And they're left with his wife and their grandchild. And so wife is not blood related to them. And so she remarries and then mysteriously disappears with the grandchild.
Yeah.
Diane Lane and Kevin Costner decide they're going to go find those folks and see their grandkid. And so they end up traveling across the country, and they wander into a small town where their daughter-in-law, so to speak, and their grandchild have moved in with basically the family that runs the town. And it gets real gruesome. It's a Western.
Oh, okay. I'm in.
And,
I'm already in. You've convinced me at Kevin Costner.
Yeah.
Honestly, I
You
love
had
that.
me at Western.
Yeah. I've seen this a million times. I thought it was a modern thing. It didn't look like a Western on the cover. Maybe that's because it's in the 60s and in the 1900s.
Yeah, it's about the majority of the events are about 1963, 1964. And the film does a really good job of portraying that. There's no anachronisms anywhere in this movie. You are really, really in 1963.
Yeah.
And again, it's very quiet. There's almost no dialogue in this movie, but they get to this town, and the family that's got their grandson is run by a matriarch, a woman their age, and she is just freaking evil. Like, it is just you are not prepared for how evil this woman is.
Yeah.
And she's played by an actress who I've only ever seen as a nice old lady in English television. Her name is Leslie Manville. And seriously, like a very nice old lady actress, and she is playing a freaking villain. A violent villain.
Yeah.
It's like I was just not at all prepared for this turn, and so of course it sucks you in. They meet an Indian kid who lives on his own out in the prairie, and he's got a little tiny part to play in all this, and just a fantastic portrayal.
Hey, Jeffrey Donovan's in this. I love him.
He is one of the super creepy like lieutenants of this family.
Sweet.
And he is you want to kill him as soon as you meet him.
That sounds like his Fargo season 2 role. I love him in those roles. That's awesome.
Yeah, one of those roles where seriously, like as soon as you meet him, and you got Kevin Costner, former retired sheriff of his Montana county.
Yeah.
He's like, you just want Kevin Costner to just shoot the guy in the face as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Like that's the kind of role that Jeffrey Donovan plays, and he plays it brilliantly.
Yeah.
The Native American is played by a guy named Boo Boo Stewart. Again, another fun name.
Yeah.
Right.
He was in all the Twilight movies. Kind of not a huge role. He played Seth in the Twilight movies.
Yeah.
And he's very interesting. Like this is to my mind the best thing the guy's done. He's like on the upswing. Boo Boo Stewart is his name.
I'm all in on this. I don't know what I thought it was. I thought it was more of a old people romantic comedy, not comedy, but like a romantic drama thing where it's like, oh, we're old now, let him go. I don't know what I thought it was, but this sounds great.
It is a serious Western. Again, it's weird because it's set in the 1960s, and it is just I don't know why they didn't just set this in the 1890s. It would have been as interesting, but I guess there's a whole thing here where we're now in the civil rights era, but there's still people like this young Native American living out on his own.
Yeah.
And and he's got a story to tell about having grown up in a residential school.
Like I feel like the last few prominent westerns have all kind of played around with the Temple of the Dog. Sorry, Way of the Dog or whatever it is.
Power
of the Dog. That
Temple
thing
of
is
the Doom.
That thing's set in the the 20s, late 20s. Which is a weird era for that. And what was it? Brokeback Mountain was in the 60s. So yeah, you gotta. People are experimenting with what they think a western is. Hell, Yellowstone with Costner in it is a western, but it's like now. And then that 1883 thing is like, all right, we're doing a prequel, and it's the true western. Like I'm fine with them playing around with that stuff, but I think what kept me away here, and not just an auto watch for me, was they don't really sell that on the cover. It just I don't know what it is by looking at it.
And that's the thing. It never got any nominations or awards or anything, and I don't think it really deserved them, but it definitely deserved notice as a straight down the middle western. Like we talked about several months ago when we were talking about that movie Land. There's two kinds of westerns, right? There's you are fighting against nature and nature gonna win, and you are fighting against other people who have guns. Yep. Those are the two kinds of westerns. This is the latter kind. This is the other people have guns and you got guns and there's going to be a showdown. But it's like the overall thing, you can't really like do much with that, right?
Yeah.
Like there's a gunfight at the OK Corral. It's just like that's so tiresome, right?
Yeah.
And at the same time, we have movies like Open Range, where it's like it's just gunfight at the OK Corral. That's all it is. Like, we have to build up a conflict and then ultimately have men shoot guns at each other.
Yeah, which I'm into.
Right, yeah, I know. But it's just remarkable how they keep coming up with ways of telling that story like this that have just this little twist of uniqueness, just this little thing that sets it apart. In Open Range, it's Michael Gambon, right? The freaking new
the cattleman
Dumbledore.
The cattleman rustler guy that wants to
and in this one, it's Leslie Manville, this nice British actress doing a. She's doing
former
a Rocky
Mrs.
Mountain.
Gary Oldman too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe now we know why he left.
She's doing like a Rocky Mountain accent, and it's real good.
Huh.
You just hate her. You hate her guts.
So I don't want to get this past us because no one's mentioned it yet, but we at least have to mention the fact that this is Ma and Pa Kent in another movie together because they both played.
Right.
Yeah,
that's what they were in. I was trying to think of what we've seen those two together in before.
She was Martha and he was.
What made you say that
Clark's
name?
dad. Well, yeah. What made me say Martha? I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight Batman anymore. Suddenly, it's weird. Yeah, but that's just a funny thing for them to do, like in the middle of their. Of their Batman or their Superman run. They're just like, yeah, we'll do another movie. We'll be together and we'll be married.
And just like circling around to our original point through all of this, this is not for everybody. This movie is it's a Western. It's a violent. It goes to a gruesome end.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm not recommending it for my kid.
Yeah.
But for people who like Westerns in general, this is a must see. Like it's so beautiful and exactly what you're expecting it to be.
Are any of our three movies today any of them work for kids? I don't think so.
I was gonna say no. I would say Nightmare Alley probably has, of all of these, the most broad appeal, but still definitely not for kids.
Yeah. Well, look at us being all adult, everybody. You got your Encanto a couple of weeks ago. That you're good. You're fine.
You guys said we'd never grow up.
Don't let your kids watch Euphoria. Please don't. Oh my gosh, don't let them watch it. Holy shite. I can't believe I watched it. Don't let your kids watch it. All right. Well, there you go. Those are our three recommendations. I'm absolutely watching that one, Randy. That one sounds like my jam.
Did I mention that Parasite's a Western? Did I mention that? I should mention that.
Yeah, it's weird. It's suddenly that movie is all the genres I like. Everyone keeps telling me it's
exactly.
weird.
Hey, by the way,
it's post-apocalyptic. They drive cars.
That's right, exactly. Starring Kevin Costner.
Yeah, it's a bunch of Koreans trying to get to Gastown. You hadn't heard? Anyway, if you want to follow more about these, we do the quicktms.ly has these up there, but also Randy posts about these all on Twitter and on the Facebook groups and everywhere else. So make sure you follow him at Randy Deluxe. Randy, anything else you'd like to mention today?
Nope.
No? Okay, then. Bye and have a great
just one more thing.
Yeah. Go ahead. I didn't hang up on you. Go ahead. I see. I'm prepared for this time. Now he's out of here. Run,
Randy,
run. Be gone. All right. thank you all for that. That was fun. Moving on to our Patreon mentions, I want to mention some folks who have helped support the show, and they're awesome. The Nailick is one of them. He's great. Okay. Yeah. At the less blue avatar level, that's an amazing level because that's a good one. We really like that. Dave,
really have? I didn't know we had a level called the less blue avatar level.
Yeah, I don't know what that means, but I can't remember why we did it. There was some reason. The less blue avatar? Okay. I don't remember. Yeah. Anyway, Dave Ducross at the grade A plus and the grade A level with David Camacho. That's a great name.
He's macho, I hear.
Yeah, he's really nice of them and all of you who support us over there. So head on over if you haven't and support us at patreon.com/TMS. For everything else you might be trying to hunt down, you'll find it at frogpants.com/TMS. You want to request a song? There's a link right there. Mm-hmm. You just go in and there it is. It'll say request a song, ? Hit it, and it lets you do it.
Easy as that. Yes.
Easy as that. All right, Brian, speaking of that, why don't you play us a song here?
Let's talk about somebody who did that very thing. Peter Fisher did that very thing and said, "Dear Sword and Balliste." Another solo rotation, another request. Once again, I'm not picky about the song that the Covermeister plays, just as long as it's flippin' fudgin' good. And if any poolers are at a loss for what to do at night around 11 o'clock Eastern, they're invited to watch me play Assassin's Creed, Civ 6, and possibly some Jackbox games at twitch.tv/GA_Thrawn with two A's. THRAAWN.
Peter, that's what I call a variety streamer. Nicely done. I like it.
No kidding. I play whatever.
Whatever's on my mind, I'll play
exactly.
Yeah.
So we wanted to hear some odd, good, weird juxtaposition of genres like metal, big band, ska, reggae, bluegrass, prog, jazz, etc. Well, all right, let's combine, because I'm kind of in a Guns N' Roses mood, because tomorrow's episode of Coverville will be Guns N' Roses for part of it because of Axl Rose turning old. This is a cover of Paradise City done by German Western band Handsome Hank and his Lonesome Boys. So old school country by German band covering heavy metal. It's great. From their greatest hits album from 2003, which is all their hits or all their songs. Here's Handsome Hank and his Lonesome Boys covering Paradise City.
This show is part of the Frog Pants Network.
Frog Pants Network.
Get more shows like this at frogpants.com.
Which is my business to know.
It is business to know. You know, I've been listening to a lot of Coulter Wall and Sturgill. What's his last name?
Sturgill Simpson.